What is going on, you guys? It's your girl Diana, back at you with another YouTube video. This video is gonna be a little bit different than my usual Pokemon content, however, it is still video game related. And it has to do with another one of my favorite video games, Halo. And let me tell you, things are not looking good for the Halo franchise and 343 as a whole. So if you're interested in seeing what the latest news is with Microsoft, 343, and the current state of the Halo franchise, then just keep on watching. And if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe because it helps your girl out. And give this video a thumbs up so that we can push it out into the YouTube algorithm so that more people can see it. And if you'd like another way to support the channel, please feel free to check out the merch store. There is a link down below in the description that takes you to not only my merch store, but also all of my other socials so you can keep up with what I'm doing on a daily basis. But let's go ahead and hop into the news. So yesterday on January 18th, the news broke that Microsoft is going to be laying off 10,000 people. And unfortunately, it looks like 343 Studios is definitely one of the ones that got hit the hardest. According to this reporter, it says the scale is not yet clear. I've heard people say that it's been about 60 people so far, but Bloomberg has so far confirmed job cuts at Starfield and 343. And even this reporter says, even though Microsoft won't share specific numbers, several employees have told me that 343 Industries was hit hard. And this comes in the wake of a long-running hiring freeze and a lot of contractor departures. I'm sure most of you know that when they were developing Halo Infinite, a lot of the people that were actually working on it weren't actually part of 343 Studios and they were actually contracted in. So these people were never meant to stay there long term. So on top of the contractors that were only contracted for a certain amount of time leaving, they're also laying off people on top of that. He also goes on to say that Joe Staten, who joined 343 in 2020 to steer Halo Infinite towards the finish line, which we all know that it's been stumbling and fumbling up until this point, is leaving the studio to rejoin Xbox Publishing, which is literally what he did before he joined 343. So what it looks like to me is that Joe saw that Halo Infinite was kind of a lost cause, even before all of these layoffs, and decided, you know, I'm just gonna jump ship now and not be a part of this, especially considering they're losing a huge chunk of their developers. Which honestly, can you blame him? The current state of Halo Infinite, even before all of these layoffs started, was not good. And so now imagine what it's gonna be like with an even smaller team. And this reporter also has a quote from the head of the studio saying, "We've made the difficult decision to restructure elements of our team, which means some roles are being eliminated." Which I think is an important thing to pay attention to, because a lot of the tweets that I've been seeing under these threads is people saying, oh, it's just the contractors that are leaving. I don't know why people are freaking out. The state of Halo is fine. It's not going anywhere. No, because if you pay attention to the wording here, they're cutting like full-time positions. Like people that have been there for years are getting let go. So it's not just contractors. I just wanted to drive that point home because people seem to be under the delusion that it's only contractors and that they're gonna bring in more people and that Halo's gonna be safe. No, this is quite literally the beginning of the end. Halo Infinite was already struggling, so this is just kind of like the last nail in the coffin. And I truly am not trying to be over dramatic. I am a dramatic person, but when it comes to this situation, I think that it's pretty clear that Halo Infinite is basically done for. Even some of the game developers are starting to speak up and speak their minds and speak the truth about what's been going on behind the closed doors in 343. For example, this tweet here from Patrick Wren says, "The layoffs at 343 shouldn't have happened and Halo Infinite should be in a better state. The reason for both of those things is incompetent leadership up top during Halo Infinite development, causing massive stress on those working hard to make Halo the best that it can be. The people I worked with every day were passionate about Halo and wanted to make something great for the fans. They helped push for a better Halo and got laid off for it. Devs are still working hard on that dream. Look at Forge. Be kind to them during this awful time." So coming straight from another developer, we're hearing that the people that are being laid off are the ones that were actually pushing for what us, the fans, were wanting, not the contractors. And if you really think about it, we haven't been getting anything new for a long time. Sure, there's Forge, like he mentioned, they're working hard on that, but I think that that's just going to be the last thing that they end up working on. But other than Forge, I really don't see much of a future for Halo Infinite. And he's not the only one that's speaking out. This developer here said, "As a Halo fan, I'm really tired of Microsoft business practices and policies slowly killing the thing I love. Between the contracting policies they abuse for tax incentives and layoffs in the face of gigantic profits and executive bonuses, they set up Halo for failure." So even developers themselves are basically saying Halo has flopped. I honestly wish that I had better news for the state of 343 and for the Halo franchise, especially because I have been a fan of Halo Halo since I was basically a kid. So to hear the actual developers of the game that has been such a huge part of my life for so long basically say that they were set up for failure is so disheartening, especially considering that Halo has been part of the Microsoft brand for years. The original Halo games were some of the biggest games in the entire gaming community, and they really helped Microsoft and Xbox make a mark on the world. So to see this game basically crumble right before my eyes in real time is so disappointing. Like they said, I'm sure that it's not gonna disappear like in the snap of a finger. They'll probably still keep doing Forge content. So I think at this point, we're just kind of waiting out the inevitable. So that's gonna be our latest update on what's going on with the current state of Halo. I would love to hear what your perspectives are and your thoughts on the current situation down below in the comments. But hopefully you guys found this video interesting, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys.